Welcome to episode 113 of the Rise or Die podcast, Huntington Beach and Creating Space. So what does Huntington Beach have to do with creating space, and what the hell's creating space? So earlier this morning, I was out on that beach before the sun rose, and I was going for a run. Now, running is one of the most difficult things in the world for me. From a mountain bike accident, I have a pretty bad back injury. In addition, I have a knee disorder. So when I run, I literally burn holes in my feet each and every step I take. So I can do 3, 4, maybe 5 miles or so before my feet are completely rubbed raw and there's literally a hole burnt into them. It's not a pleasant experience. Now, with that being said, I was out running on this beach, and it was one of the most pleasant experiences in the world for 2 reasons. Number one, what was it? Not 2 years ago, like 6 years ago, I did my first marathon. With all of these issues, I still ran my first marathon, but it was not pretty. In fact, I broke both feet doing it. And then when I went to the doctor, the orthopedic doctor, he basically asked me, why the hell are you trying to run? You'll never be a good runner. Talk about a giant kick in the dick. I was running it for charity. I was 16 years old. I broke both feet doing it. I raised money while doing it. And then I get told, well, that was stupid. Like, why are you trying to run? And then I had my mountain bike accident and made the problems worse. Now, why am I telling you all of this? It was one of the most pleasant experiences running on that beach, even though it was painful, because I see where I've come from. That's reason number one. I see the issues that I had. I see the issues and the obstacles put forth. A doctor saying you're never going to be good at this. Knees that say, fuck you. And a back injury that says, dude, like, what the hell's wrong? Find a different hobby. That's the position that I'm in. But running is one of the few things that enables me to create space. See, a lot of people meditate. I fall asleep meditating because I have a sleep disorder. I'm all jacked up in terms of health. All jacked up in terms of health. I'm allergic to grass. I have a sleep disorder called hypersomnia. And I have a knee disorder and a back injury. And I'm 22 years old. But going out there running enabled me to create space. One, because it was a giant fuck you to the doctor that told me I couldn't. It was a giant fuck you to the weight that I used to carry. And now I've slowly gotten rid of it. It's me taking a chip on my shoulder and being productive. And I talked about this just a few days ago, but this is a perfect example. Here's the other thing, and this is where we get into creating space. People meditate, and this is where I was going a minute ago, then I got sidetracked. People meditate to create space. They'll sit, they'll breathe, they'll close their eyes, they'll try to just basically take everything out of their mind, right? That doesn't really work for me because I have a sleep disorder. It may not work for you because, I don't know, maybe you're ADD or something. Meditation's really hard. But nonetheless, we all need the ability to create space in our minds. We need to be able to take a step back and be able to say, okay, this is what I'm doing with my life. This is who I am. We need to do this every single day. We need to be able to say, okay, before I go into war today at work, with family, with relationships, with my relationship with God, before I take all of this on, I need to kind of center myself. I need to know what's up with Steven. I need to make sure that my mind is right so that I can go to war every day and get the results that I demand. Now, since I can't meditate, I don't do yoga and that sort of shit, so I go out there and I run. I go and I run for 2 reasons. 1, a giant fuck you to the doctor. Number 2, so that I can actually take some time to myself, so that I can start to figure out, okay, where's my mindset today? What am I going to do today? Who am I? Who's Steven? So we get so wrapped up in trying to be all things to all people. We get so wrapped up in, trying to make sure that work's going okay, the wife isn't mad, and I'm being a little facetious. We get so wrapped up in the day-to-day bullshit, the day-to-day grind, that we forget about ourselves. And if we're forgetting about ourselves and what we want and our desires and our targets and our goals and, frankly, our overall purpose, we can't be there for our families the way that we want. We can't be there at work and kill it in the marketplace the way that we want. We have to create space. We have to give ourselves time to breathe. We have to give ourselves time to develop ourselves. Now, I'm not great at meditating, so I'm gonna go find what works for me. Walking next to the Pacific Ocean before sunrise and enjoying my time, just going for a really slow run. For you, it may be mountain biking. That's another one for me. It may be yoga. It may be actually meditating. It may be, I don't know, taking a nap for 20 minutes in the afternoon. It may be walking your dog, I don't know, but we all need something that gives us the ability to take a step back and create space. So I highly encourage you, in the next 24 hours, take 20 minutes to yourself. Take 20 minutes to start just emptying your mind. Your work shit is going to be there after those 20 minutes are up. Your relationship, get it? I'm not very funny. Relationship shit is going to be there when you're done. When you're done with those 20 minutes. Give yourself the time to breathe, the time to relax, the time to figure out who you are, what you're doing with your life, and reflect. So that's all I'm going to give you today. Now, this conversation is obviously specific to being. We have body, being, balance, and business. Being is essentially yourself and your relationship with God. I connect with God by spending time outside, going for a slow run, going mountain biking, going road biking, really any sort of biking. I get outside and I connect with God that way. I read the Bible every day. I go to church almost every week. We all need to invest in being, and it's one of the most overlooked areas in our life. Today we're just going to focus on number one, creating space daily for ourselves so that we can be the powerful men and women that we truly are. That's it for episode 113, Huntington Beach and creating space. Now, that being said, as always, let's spread the rise or die movement as much as possible. We need more people with the rise or die attitude. So do me a huge favor, do the community a huge favor. If you're on iTunes, go ahead and give us a quick review. If you are on YouTube, follow us. The more that you guys subscribe and review, the more people we're going to be able to reach. Now, with that being said, signing off for 113. I'll see you tomorrow for 114.